I have Zoologist Musk Deer. So this fragrance came out in 2020. The perfumer is Pascal Garin. This perfumer has a lot of fragrances. I see his name often. There's nothing that really sticks out. He's done a lot of fragrances for Scent of Woods and a lot of fragrances for Henry Rose. I've never smelled Scent of Woods, but Henry Rose has some decent fragrances, and he's done some Giorgio Armani, some Tom Fords. I think he's done the new Beaver Maple edition for Zoologist, and this one, of course. He's VP Senior Perfumer at IFF, whatever that means. I guess Vice President Senior. I don't know why he wouldn't be a Master Perfumer then, but anyway, this fragrance is $240. Kind of expensive. It's one of the more expensive zoologists, and unfortunately, the brand, um, their fragrances went from 160 to 200, and then the more expensive ones 200 to 240, supposedly because of the U.S. tariffs. So hopefully, if the U.S. tariffs go away, the brand goes back down. I doubt it though. But anyway, the notes of this fragrance are cardamom, calamus, and rose in the top. The mid, atlas cedar, labdanum, patchouli, jasmine sambac, and base notes, ambrette, sandalwood, laotian, oud, and orris. So, regardless of all that, what I get in the opening is, yes, I get an oud, and it smells quite natural on the opening. And I also get this like Coca-Cola vibe, musky, Hyrax thing going on. Um, and after looking at the notes, the oud, it smells natural in the beginning, and then the oud goes away. So I don't know. I feel like the oud smells like Atlas cedar, labdanum, and patchouli. Like it could be that. Um, but it smells quite natural, like a Bortnikov or something. And Bortnikov's natural ouds, they tend to fade too. Or even Cartier's oud line, like some of those smell natural and then they become synthetic. So I don't know. A lot of these oud fragrances, I always wonder if the natural oud fades and they kind of have an accord after that. But I don't know. It's probably, I don't want to say if it's natural or not, but it smells natural for the first minute or so. And then there is no oud anymore. So, yeah, it's hard to say. Now, it turns into this, it turns into like a musky labdanum, a little bit of patchouli. Yeah, it's like a musky labdanum patchouli, maybe a little bit of orris, kind of like Les Indemodables musk fragrance a little bit. I kind of get vibes of that, but there's, maybe I'm wrong, but it smells like there's hyraceum in here. It's got an animalic aspect, right? And that would be really nice thinking about it if Les and Demodables made a Hyrax for fragrance. Natural Hyrax isn't expensive either. I feel like that would be really good in their musk fragrance, or I wish they would do like an animalic centered fragrance. But anyway, this kind of smells like that Les and Demodables musk, but if they just put some patchouli and some labdanum in it. Here's my issue with this fragrance. I'm smelling it now and I really like it. And it was probably my favorite zoologist for a while. I have a sample set, so I don't just have a dabber. I have the sprays I can put on. So I've worn this fragrance for years. I've tried it. And so I have a good idea of like why I never purchased it. And I think it's because that cola vibe, right? And I just looked up on Fragrantica again, and other people get that. It's not just me. And there's so many good fragrances I always consider buying, and then I just kind of dismiss them because it smells like this sweet, sugary cola, and I don't like smelling like Coca-Cola or sugary things. Some examples are MFK's Oud X Straight. Like I still think it's good, but I get a Coca-Cola vibe in it, and it's once I notice it, it's hard not to notice it. Um, Rihanna J's Amber Loop, great fragrance, but I get Coca-Cola from it. Um, what else is there? And this one, yeah, of course. There's other ones, but so I guess I would prefer something like Chanel's Le Lion or Leon or whatever. I think that's a great like incense labdanum. I don't get cola from that. There's a little bit of Brett Musk in that, I believe, but Chanel's so expensive. I feel like it's. I don't want to say it's a complete rip off because they're good fragrances, but they're expensive now. Another good one I would recommend maybe over this. Well, it's been a while since I've sampled this, but Eris Perfumes MXXX that has Hyrax in it. It has like I think there might even be civet, gastorum in there, and there's a natural 7% ambergris in that. And I think that's 240 for a 50 ml or something, so around the same price as this. That's a great fragrance. And don't be discouraged by the notes in that. To me, it's not overly animalic. I remember that one MXXX tends to not be the strongest, and it does get a little gourmand, but in a good way. Maybe one day I'll do a comparison of this, but anyway, so I feel like this has Hyrax in it. Maybe I'm wrong. Somebody let me know if it doesn't, but it has aspects of that, and Hyrax is it's a note I don't see used often, and I feel like when it is used, it smells really nice a lot of times with musk or like Bortnikov's Triad with rose is really good, mixed with ambergris like Eris Perfumes MXXX. Maybe I'm going off on a tangent on Hyrax in here because yeah, I smell it in here and I feel like it's really unique. But yeah, right now I'm not really getting that Coca-Cola vibe too much. So maybe it's just in the opening. I don't know. It smells quite nice right now. It's like a musky, labdanum, patchouli hyrax thing going on. It makes me wonder if I'm getting like patchouli and cedar and just thinking that, but a little bit of a powderiness, right? I feel like this might be challenging for people that don't like animalics, but I feel like if you're getting into animalics, this might be a good one because it's sweetened up a little bit. I mean, not crazily. I feel like the brand owner, Victor Wong, I believe is his name. I feel like he really likes to sweeten his fragrances up. They all have this similar like sweet musk to it. It's different, but similar to like Diptyque fragrances or Byredo. They all have that. I feel like Zoologist utilizes it well though. I also notice a lot of his fragrances tend to have ylang ylang in it. It seems like, which can be challenging for me. This doesn't have it. I mean, not all of them, but a bunch of the more fruity ones. But yeah, this is a good fragrance. I feel like, and I would imagine the ingredients are high quality. Especially, it seems like it seems like he charges more for fragrances because the ingredients actually cost more. Whereas somebody like Frederick Malle, I feel like they charge more on fragrances that they think are mass appealing. Like Synthetic Jungle is great, and it's one of the the more or less expensive fragrances. Whereas Uncut Gem by Frederick Malle, which I don't even completely dislike or anything, but nothing in there smells super expensive and it's mass appealing. So yeah, with Zoologist, like Sacred Scrab is more expensive, but it's a great fragrance. It smells high quality. This one, more expensive, smells high quality. Uh, yeah, I forgot what other ones there are, but that's something I noticed with this. So, uh, I don't feel like I'm getting ripped off with the brand by paying more for one of their more expensive fragrances. But Yeah, let me smell it again here. I don't get any rose. I don't know what calamus even is. I have to look that up. Yeah, there's some cardamom in there. I get this natural oud in the opening. I can't say if it's Laotian. I'm sure that's what they were going for or what's in there because it's listed though. Um, but yeah, it does smell like cedar, labdanum, and patchouli and jasmine sambac mixed in the mid, and that oud accord kind of smells like it could be that, but it also smells natural to me, right? And then on the dry down, yeah, I still get cedar, labdanum, patchouli. Jasmine, not so much, but it's hard to notice because it's in everything. And I'm not getting natural oud, but I get that like cedar, labdanum, patchouli, which it's like an amber accord, right? That's labdanum dominated, but without the vanilla. I'm getting that on the dry down. The cedar's not too strong. Patchouli's not too strong. I feel like the labdanum is the strongest of those three, right? And then yeah, there's this Orsi and Brett thing, almost in a musk way though, like Les Indemodables musk. Sandalwood I'm not getting so much, and the oud I'm not getting so much. But yeah, overall great fragrance. I think I think I would like to sample this more to see what I think about it some more because I dismissed it from the Coca-Cola because of the Coca-Cola aspects, but I'm not getting that so much. Now I'm getting like the aspects of the sweetness in a Coca-Cola, but not necessarily Coca-Cola. I would like to compare it to Eris Perfume's MXXX and Chanel's Le Lion and Les Indemodables Musk to see which ones I like better. So maybe I'll do that one day. Anyway, let me know what you think if you smell Zoologist Mustier.